Hey, ladies and gents, finally we are live after so long. Not so long, 2 to 3 weeks because I got busy, and finally we are live over there. And I have been looking forward to this one because today we are talking about a space I have worked for a very long period of time. I'm talking about the insurance lead generation using meta ads. Okay, we have sold tons of things in the insurance space. So any of you who is watching me live right now and you are running ads in the insurance space, and today I'm not just showing you how to generate leads. That's the easy part, but yes, it's a main part as well. Okay, I'm going to break down how I personally approach the entire system, how I research audiences, the creative angles, the creatives I'm about to share with you. Just an example, how I structure the ad copies, how I qualify those leads, and most importantly, what happened after that lead comes in. So we're gonna cover all those things and four niches that I'm about to cover, what I'm actively being scaling in the insurance space: final expense, your life insurance, Medicare, and annuities. I'm repeating once again that on this particular live session, I'm about to cover final expense, life insurance, Medicare, and annuities. And I will show you how the strategy and psychology change for each one of them. Okay, so if you are an insurance agent, agency owner, or you are currently running ads in the insurance space, stick around this live because you will gonna love it 110%, because I'm literally opening my entire cards. No one in the industry has that gut to share their, I can say, their all cards. No one has that gut. And I'm here to show you all those things so you guys can take the leverage and scale. Just scale it. That's the thing over here on this call. And before we jump in, just drop a quick live in the comment section and let me know where you guys are from. I really want to know. Just say live in the your session, and we're gonna take it further then. Okay, guys. And I'm gonna take, you can say, 1 minute max. Reason being, people are joining us, so we need to know that how people are bombarding with us, and I really want to know who are those people who are running ads in the insurance space. I am speaking once again. Okay, guys, and you will gonna love it 110%. You guys will gonna love it. That's my promise to you guys. That's my promise, and I can see myself on my phone as well. So that's great. Okay, guys, and we are about to get the things moving forward in the next 1 minute before wasting a single minute. Reason being, because this live will be very insane and you guys will gonna love it. Why I'm repeating this thing again and again? Because I saw countless posts in several Facebook groups that Gaurav, we are getting leads. How to qualify them? Few people are saying that we are not getting leads. The lead cost is very high. CTR sucks. Ad copy is not working. On this live, I will gonna show you every single thing. The way I talked about every single thing on this live call, I will gonna show you that which audiences that you should be taking care of, what kind of creative styles you should be using. I will gonna share with you examples to get a better understanding that those creatives should look like a real human if you guys are using AI avatar. Okay, because not every client is comfortable in shooting the video. So how we gonna do that? I will gonna share with you certain kind of example that will gonna blow up your mind. Oh, this is what is going on, and that's the winning examples I'm about to share with you. And on top of it, you can have access to those creatives after the call as well. That Gaurav, I want the creatives. I will gonna share the. I will gonna share those creatives your way. That's my promise. I will gonna share those creatives your way for free. I'm not going to charge a single penny for those creatives. Just use them in your ads. Just use them in your ads without watermark. Just use them in your ads and let me know in the comment section later whether it worked or not. No one has that. get in the industry to share those things for free. On an average, we are charging 50 to $100 for each creative. So if I am talking about the four creative, that goes around $400 for free. I'm telling you on this call, the moment you are watching this live, you can just ask me anytime in my DM and even in the comment section as well that I want access to those four creatives. I will gonna share with you. And we are going to talk about it, how we structure those ad copies, how we qualify those leads every single time, that the leads that you are getting from the meta ads, the GHL syncing with the GHL, all those things I will gonna tell you. What are the questions I have been asking, and most importantly, what after that leads comes in, what is going on, I will gonna tell you every single thing, and you guys will gonna love it. Okay, so without wasting a single minute of yours, we are going to talk about the audiences, that what Gaurav, what kind of audiences I should be covering in the final expense. Personally, I would recommend, in the case of final expense, you know one thing, that there is a older age range appropriate to the market. So I would highly recommend you that you should test life insurance, funeral home, and what I can say, burial, estate planning, retirement, social security, AARP, and Medicare. Why I'm telling this thing? Because these are those audience who are above the age group of 60, 55, or 60. Make sense what I'm saying? That okay? Because I'm not going to stack all of these into one ad set. I'm going to research them individually, that what comes in that pool of audience, and checking them that what meta actually give me, and then building separate audiences. I already have a specific mastermind on how to do hyper target market segmentation that went around 2 hours. So you guys can ask me anytime. I will gonna share the recording of that as well. Because if on this particular live call, if I'm about to show you that how you can do that, this live will gonna goes around 3 hours. Okay, so on this call I'm just telling you that how, which keywords you should be adding over there. Okay, same thing goes for the life insurance. You need to search for the keywords like life insurance, I can say, financial planning, personal finance, financial services, estate planning, mortgage loans, home ownership, investing, retirement planning. And even though people who have, we can say, children above 10-year plus, okay, those people, they are actively been looking for the insurance, because they are already above the range of 45 years, 40 to 45 years. Even though you can also target people who are having 2 to 3 years of you can say children, you can target. It's all about testing. I'm just giving an example, but the thing over here is, you should be testing that which is working, that have the tendency to buy, who have that intent. Okay, I never recommend broad in the very beginning. Even though if you want to test broad, you can, but at the end of the day, I always recommend, if you want to you can say test broad audience, your pixels should have at least 150 to 200 conversions recorded. I'm repeated this thing, I'm literally repeating this thing, that your pixels should captured 150 to 200 conversions. Then only I would recommend you that you should be running the broad ad sets. Okay, because at that time your pixel is already been trained. Make sense, guys? Third, as I told about, we are going to talk about the Medicare. So in terms of the Gaurav, Medicare is totally different. People who are running ads for the Medicare, few audiences that I personally use is your Medicare, your Medicare Advantage, your health insurance, all those health insurance companies just like AA, Ego, Farmer Insurance, which is going very well in the market, Gecko Insurance. Okay, those companies, healthcare, social security, same thing, retirement and retirement planning, and AARP and Medicare. I personally recommend you these interests that we are using right now. Because for Medicare, especially, check each term live rather than promising that everyone will gonna appear in the target interest. You need to understand that thing, that when you are targeting all those particular interests over there, you need to check. Right now, I'm telling you this thing on the live, but you need to understand what I'm saying you. That's why I'm repeating that every single thing which I'm telling you right now about the interest, might be or might be not they are available or not, because Facebook is revolving their audiences every single minute. So the audience sheet that you have just prepared and the interest that you have added over there, the chances will be very high the next morning when you pull up the same interest and you are about to add them in the ads manager, those interests are not coming. So very very normal, even though in the existing ads which you are running right now and you have even encountered the same thing, the ads that you are already been running, the ad sets in which you are having certain kind of audience, now the same ad set is giving you a error notification that this has to be updated, that this audience has been removed by Meta. How many of you guys have experienced the same thing? Just tell me in the comment section and even in the DM as well, so get a better understanding. Okay, because this is what we are encountering every single day. What we are seeing on those heavy spending accounts which we are literally scaling right now, this is what we are seeing. That's a normal part. And the fourth audience is your, if you are running any kind of offer in the annuity space. I'm repeating, if you are running any offer in the annuity space, you need to search certain kind of, I would say, interest, annuity, retirement planning, retirement financial planning, and your financial services, investment, I would say, wealth management, personal finance, estate planning, and mutual fund. These kind of things I'm talking about. And the age group, same thing, 45 plus. If you notice in these four audiences, these four offers, retirement planning is the one that was coming in every single parameter. Okay, because everyone wants to think that yes, today my business is going very well, but after 30 years, when I will be older, when I will get old, right now I'm 30, after 30 years I will be 60, what will gonna happen then at that time? Who will gonna take care of my entire finance? I need to prepare. So all those things that you need to take care, because for annuities I would learn more heavily into, you can say, retirement, the way I said, plus your financially goals, I mean your financial planning, so I'm saying those kind of interest, rather than, you can say, just selecting only annuity. Hope you understand what I'm trying to convey. Okay. And even though you notice one thing, what I said, in this scenario of retirement planning, this is coming in every single thing. All those four offers which I talked about over there on the call. Okay. Your final expense, your life insurance, your annuity, your Medicare, the retirement planning is coming over there. Okay, guys. So the audience that you are about to prepare, these are the core audience that you need to take care. So you need to make sure that yes, you will gonna get some amazing fruits in your hand. What we are testing, you already know that what we are doing right now for our clients, you already know that how we are bombarding the industry. So the same thing I am telling you on this live as well. So you can take the leverage of what's working at the end of the day. You need to make sure. Okay, guys. And right now, as I told you, that we are going to show you the creatives as well. Okay, I'm sharing with you the creatives. So let me know, guys, if you can see my screen. Where it is? Yes, your insurance creatives. Here we go.
Your family could inherit your final bills before they've even had time to grieve. Funeral and final expenses can add up quickly. Final expense coverage can help your loved ones prepare for those costs. Tap below and see what coverage options may be available.
If you notice in this particular video, first of all, the background music very silent, very engaging. Okay, what she speak in the first and second, just listen once again.
Your family could inherit your final bills before they've even had time to grieve. Funeral and final expenses can add up quickly.
In one, just you can say in 10 seconds, every single thing is clear. Emotional trigger you have to sell over there. Don't sell things, just sell emotions. The way she is speaking, see the family over here.
Final expense coverage can help your loved ones prepare for those costs. Tap below and see what coverage options may be available.
This is how your ad should look. These are our winning ads we have been using right now, and you guys can get access to these ads from me at any time. Anytime you want, you can ask me. I will gonna provide you for free. Don't worry. Okay. Same thing goes for your life insurance.
Your family doesn't just depend on you, they depend on your paycheck. The mortgage, bills, and everyday expenses don't disappear if that income does. That's what life insurance is designed to help protect. Tap below to explore your options.
Have you noticed how long that video is? Just 20 seconds. The background music, the initial 10 seconds, the triggers that we added over there. Because this audience is very sensitive. When you're about to sell these kind of things, people are very sensitive. See this
Your
thing.
family doesn't just depend on you,
Your family just doesn't depend on you. What is going on? You just gave them the reason to watch the ad.
they depend on your paycheck.
And that's a reality of every single person who exists in the world who have the family. This is the reality which we mentioned in the creative. Again, repeating, I'm
Your family doesn't just depend on you, they depend on your paycheck. The mortgage, bills, and everyday
the reality, the mortgage, the bills, all those things.
expenses don't disappear if that income does. That's what life insurance is designed to help protect.
Now we give them the reason how it will can help you.
Tap below to explore your options.
Don't sell anything. Don't sell anything. Same thing goes to your Medicare.
Part A, Part B, Part C, Part D. Confused already? Medicare
Have you noticed one thing? The person who will gonna see this ad, they will gonna see what is part A, part B, part C, part D. These are the options which is going on. Whether I should consider part A, the one he gave me, part B, the one he gave me, part C, the one he gave me, part D, or this. Oh shit! Which one I should consider? This is how you need to craft the creative. Because I always recommend in my live session, and even though in my private masterminds as well, on social media, two things sells: your happy face and emotion in terms of sad. Same thing over there.
Part A, Part B, Part C, Part
Part
D.
D. Confused?
Confused already? Medicare can get complicated fast. Instead of guessing which options make
And that's the reality. That's the reality. Even though few days back when I was about to take that Medicare for the family, I was getting confused. So same angle we used over there, that which one I should be using, because that's a reality in the industry. Everyone who is watching this ad, just try to take it on yourself as well. If you are a end user, is this happening with you or not? If this is happening with you, then 110% it's happening with your customer as well. So the same thing you need to mirror in the creative.
fit your needs, speak with a licensed insurance agent who can help you understand them. Tap below to learn more.
Don't sell anything, just how entire thing will gonna work. That's it. What is it for us? Curiosity based. Same thing for the annuities.
Saving for retirement is only half the problem. The bigger question is, how do you make that money support you for 20, 25, maybe even 30 years? That's where retirement income planning matters. Annuities may be one option worth understanding. Tap below to learn more.
If you notice one thing over here, when I was talking about the audiences, remember, just go back to that particular phase when I was talking about the audiences. At that time, I talked about retirement planning is coming in all four phases: life insurance, final expense, Medicare, annuities. That was the common interest. And same thing, it's coming over here once again. How we are playing with the retirement planning angle. What will gonna happen after 30 years? And that's a reality. That's one of the common phase that comes in the life of every single person who exists on this earth. I'm playing this video once again for you guys.
Saving for retirement is only half the problem. The bigger question is, how do you make that money support you for 20, 25, maybe even 30 years?
In just 10 seconds, every single thing is cleared. Every single thing is cleared, what you are trying to convey in his mind.
That's where retirement income planning matters. Annuities may be one option worth understanding. Tap below to learn more.
And if you notice one thing, across every single video, how realistic they were looking.
Your family could
See,
inherit your final
this
bills
thing,
before
the
they've even
cheeks,
had time to grieve.
reality.
Funeral and
Okay. Hope you guys loved it, what I shared in the creatives. Just tell me how many of you are watching this. You can just DM me at any time. Or if you're watching me over there, you can comment. I always respect everyone who are watching us. I always respect everyone. Okay. So you guys loved this, which I shared after the call. You can just ask me anytime. I will even mention in the comment as well. Want the same creatives? Ask me at any time for free. Okay. I will gonna share with you all four creatives. And as I promised, those creatives are those creatives have no watermark, as I promised you. Okay, guys. So don't worry about any single thing, because what I promised you on the call, the same thing I am about to do after the call as well. Because these things are just for you. Okay, because that's the main thing that caters to me. And as you guys already know, I already showed you the creatives as well. You already got the idea. But in that I showed you sir one angle, but right, but that's the main thing is how creative need to be built. Now, one thing which is going on in my mind, let's say if I will gonna share with you certain kind of angle that is coming in my mind, you guys are gonna love it 110%. As you guys already know that we are aggressively scaling our clients who are into final expense, your life insurance, your Medicare, your annuity space. Because right now I'm about to start with the angles we have been using. Okay, for our clients. I showed you the creatives over there, and you already got the idea that how your creative should be looking, how realistic it should be, the lip sync which is coming over there, the cheeks that was literally looking like a real human, the you can say background music which is going on behind the scene, so that will gonna trigger the mind of the customer, because not every background music comes for specific creative. Okay, because we are selling something off the topic. Okay, so what is going on in my mind, as I said, we are going to share with you certain kind of angles. The first one which I'm about to cover with you for the final expense, because with final expense I wouldn't start with, you can say, just a random thing, the way people say get final expense insurance today. Not like that. And the same thing you notice across our all four creatives, we haven't sell anything over there. We haven't sell anything. Okay, because the product itself is already connected to an uncomfortable subject. People are very sensitive in this particular industry, so instead of immediately selling insurance, I want to give you the prospect a reason to take care first. This is what I would personally recommend you, that you guys need to understand that what your prospect want. Because this and the angle which I'm about to share with you, you will gonna love it 110%. That's the first angle, I would say, the family burden angle. And why I would test it, the core pain behind your final expense is not really insurance. What is going on? The real concern is, if something if something happened to me, I don't want my family dealing with the financial burden. Have you noticed one thing what I said? If something gonna happen to me, I do not want my family dealing with me. The family dealing with the, you can say, financial burden. In that particular context, you notice psychological trigger. So instead of starting with the product, I would start with the responsibility angle. Okay, and how that creative should look like. This, you can say, a person should speak something like me, spokesperson. You are creative, the way I showed you in the creative as well. Natural home you can say, how I can say, natural home ambience, the way I showed you, the woman who was standing in the home and there was a photo of their family over there on the table. I showed you the example in my own creative. That kind of thing you can use, and nothing overlay dramatic, no funeral imagery needed, I'm telling you. Okay, never do that. If you are about to use that kind of angle, where you have mentioned funeral images, First of all, 110% Facebook will gonna ban your ad. Facebook will gonna ban your ad because you guys are using your ad account, no normal ad account. You are not using those agency ad account where you can use these kind of ads, and it will gonna reject it right off the bat, 110%. Now you already got the idea that Gaurav, these are the angles you gave me, hook you gave me, but how my script should look like. You even showed me that 20-second video on each offer, but how it will gonna look when I'm about to prepare. So what I want to say, let's say, most people don't like talking about what happens after they are gone. But here is something worth thinking about. If something happened tomorrow, who would handle the funeral cost and other final expenses? Have you noticed what I said? For many families, those expenses can become an unexpected financial burden. That's exactly what final expense coverage is designed to help you with. And if you have been thinking about putting something in place for your family, tap below and see what options may be available right now for you. That's the first angle I gave you with the script. Same thing you saw in the video which I shared with you, that 20-second video. Another angle which is going on in my mind is, which I can say, cost curiosity. Because taking these kind of things, it's a burden. It takes time. Pricing is very, very high. Okay, so for my second ad, what I would say, in order to reduce the emotion and increase the curiosity, everybody knows funeral cost money. Everyone knows. But most people don't know how much. That becomes my hook, literally. So my creative should like that, how much does a funeral actual cost? So the guy who is watching this ad, I'm talking about people who are 55 plus, 50 to 55 plus people. They do not want to be a burden on their family. They will gonna see this because this is the real truth of a life. And how my script should look like. Quick question. Do you actually know how much a funeral can cost today? Most people don't think about that number until their family is suddenly responsible for it. The moment I speak this thing in just 5 seconds of time, I already gave them the idea. That psychological trigger. And that's one of the reason final expense coverage exists. It designed to help you with funeral and other end of life expenses. And instead of leaving your family to figure out everything later, you can explore our options now. Tab below to learn more. And if you notice, ladies and gents, one thing, what I'm doing here, I'm not, because I'm still not leading with the policy. I'm creating problem awareness first. I'm not setting any policy here. I'm literally creating the problem awareness which is going on in the market. People don't even know about that. They literally don't know about that, what is going on. So I'm showcasing the reality. So every single time when you are making the script for your creative, you should take the leverage of ChatGPT, Claude, every single AI platform which is out there in the market. You can take the leverage of any single thing. But at the end of the day, your mind need to be over there. Human intervention is still in the market and it will stay forever. AI cannot replace the things. Okay, so you need to make sure that what you are crafting in the creative, the messaging that you are about to dial in the market, need to be something like that that will gonna trigger their mind. Oh, that might happen with me as well down the line. That's the main thing. And another angle which I can share with you for is that before you buy, what will gonna happen before you buy. So my third creative, completely different. And here I do not want to look like somebody trying to sell insurance. I would like to be an advisor. I'm repeating, I would like to be an advisor, and your hook should be something like that. Before choosing final expense coverage, you know these three things. Otherwise, you will gonna lose thousands of dollars. That's it. 3 seconds, you already done with your script, your hook I'm talking about. And if I talk about the script, so before choosing a final expense policy, there are three things that I would look at. Otherwise, you will be losing hundred thousands of dollars at that time. Number one, how much coverage do you actually need? Number two, what would the monthly premium look like? And number three, what are those actual eligibility options? the requirement that this is what you have to do. Because what is going on in the market over there is that there are tons of ads, there are tons of companies who are sharing this final expense, but people get confused. What are my eligibility? The moment I will gonna need this thing, I bought this policy, let's say right now, at the time of reimbursement, the moment you are going to take that policy, avail that offer, what will gonna happen? Because there are tons of policy provider over there, they mentioned this is the eligibility, you are not coming in that radar, so we cannot help you out. So those things need to be clear, and you are educating people, something like that, that don't choose a policy just because an ad gave you a great looking number. Understand guys what I'm saying you? So if you like to explore something like that, if you like to explore your options, answer a few questions below and we're gonna take it from there. So what I'm doing right now, I'm actually testing. Seriously, just look the difference. Add one, emotion. Add two, if I talk about the curiosity. Add three is your education. So these kind of angles you need to be using, and that's what I mean when I talk about the testing the creative angles. Changing the background headline or spokesperson does not automatically mean you have tested a new angle. You need to think out of the box. You literally need to think out of the box. If you are not able to think out of the box, nothing will gonna happen, guys. Nothing will gonna happen. The second niche we are going to cover over here is your life insurance. Life insurance is also very tough niche. Very tough niche, I'm telling you. Reason being, audience is very sensitive. And one mistake I see is taking the exact same psychology used for final expense, applying it to the life insurance. I wouldn't do that, because life insurance, one of the biggest psychological lever I would test is income replacement. Income replacement will be the main core pillar I am about to take, which is your psychological lever. Money. When money comes into the picture, psychological trigger, boom. So the angle one should be something like that. The missing paycheck. Remember the video I shared with you in which I showed that your entire family is dependent on that paycheck. The second video I showed you. Okay. And the you can say it should be something like that. I do not need to sell death. Make sure I need the prospect to think, if my income disappeared, who handles everything? Who is gonna handle my entire family? And who will gonna pay that entire money which I'm paying for right now? And your script something like that. I could say here is a better way to think about life insurance. Forget the policy for a second. Think about your paycheck. Think about the income, maybe paying the mortgage, grocery bills, school expenses, and everything else your family relies on. So here you notice one thing what I said in just 5 seconds, I trigger their mind, their reality which is going on in their family, even though the same thing you can apply with your own as well. If you are the only person who is earning in the family and your entire family is dependent on you, you can easily rely with that. Okay, just after that context, you already click the hook. Just after that, your body should be something like that. Now your something like that, your adverse. Now imagine that income suddenly was not there. That's the financial problem life insurance is designed to help protect against that. Okay, so if you're considering coverage, tap below and explore what options may fit for your situation. Got the idea, guys? What I said, that 20-second ad delivered every single thing. So instead of selling the product, what I did over there is that I sold the importance of what the product protects in your insurance. What your insurance policy, this is your insurance product, how it will gonna protect you. Okay guys, angle 2 I would recommend is that how much coverage do you actually need. This becomes maybe you can say a curiosity and interactive angle, and I would say the creative hook something like that. $100,000 to $50,000, $500,000, $1 million, something like that. So the script something like that, I would say, how much life insurance do you actually need? Because there are tons of you can say life insurance provider in the market who are saying that you need this plan, this plan, this plan, this plan. Which one I should Take that. So your ad script something like that. So a person who is watching your ad, something like that, you're gonna say, oh, hey, it's someone saying in the video, how much life insurance do you actually need? And if I was the person who is watching that ad, that how much life insurance do you actually need, I will gonna see that, because $100,000 might be plenty for one household and nowhere near enough for another. I would look at income first, to be honest. Mortgage, outstanding debt, your children, and how many years your family may need financial support. That's why I wouldn't randomly pick a coverage number online. I'm repeating the same thing. That's why I wouldn't randomly pick a coverage number online. Start with your actual situation. Tap below to explore your option. Same thing you noticed. 20-second scenario. I clear the entire thing. If you notice what I said. Okay, because this creative is already getting the prospect to think about the coverage amount before they even become a, we can say, paying lead. Okay, we already covered that how that lead will gonna cover, you can say, convert into a paying client, high paying client I'm talking about. So you need to trigger all those psychological triggers. Okay, and another angle which is going on my mind in for your life insurance that we are personally testing right now is that I thought it would cost more. Uncertainty program, uncertainty. I thought that will gonna cost this, not like that. Okay, that kind of angle. Now I want to attack an objection. One of the common objection around life insurance is that people can assume it's expensive before they have explored their options, something like that. Gaurav, you gave me enough for the idea what you are saying, because the same thing we are applying in our ads as well. But yes, the angle that you gave us have opened my mind. I know this is what is going on in your mind. But Gaurav, any script, any more script you can give me for this angle? I already got the idea. Let's play with that. How your, I would say, script should look like. I have, let's say I'm a guy who is on the, you can say, mobile, and my Facebook, and I'm scrolling the Facebook, and I need life insurance. For an example, I need life insurance. So what I would say something like that. My ad should look like, I have spoken to, how it would be. Yes, I have spoken to plenty of people who put off looking at life insurance for one simple reason. I thought it was giving, be, you can say, expensive. It's not expensive, but there is no single price for life insurance. Your age, your coverage amount, your policy type, and other factors can all affect the cost. This is what I'm about to mention in the ad. Okay, so don't make the decision based on what you think it does. Find out cost actually available. Tap below to get started. Something like that, which is going on in my mind, because this is what we are using in our ads. Okay, so now I have three completely, you can say, psychological test which I gave you guys: protection, curiosity, and objection. That's actually angle we are testing right now in the life insurance space. Hope you got the idea, the hook I gave you, the angles which I gave you, the scripts which I gave you. You already got the idea. For your final expense I covered, the life insurance I have covered. The third one which I'm about to cover is your Medicare. That's the main thing, because I have few clients for whom we are actively being scaling, and they are in the Medicare niche. Okay, so what they are doing right now, it's completely different series, guys. It's literally completely different. I would not necessarily start with a fear-based creative, because I already have something working very amazing. Not like that. We need to create something like confusion. Remember that particular creative which I showed you: part A, part B, part C, part D. Still confused? Remember that woman who was speaking in the ad? Same thing we have to do over there, because the consumer already has questions: part A, part B, part C, part D. So I can turn that confusion itself into the creative. Angle should be something like that: ABCD creative which I showed you. ABCD. Keep the, we can say, visual ridiculously, I would say, simple. If you can, personally I would recommend. And script something like that: Medicare part A, Medicare part B, part C, part D. Sound simple? until you actually start trying to understand what each one does, what cover it does, what about prescriptions, what option should you compare. Instead of trying to figure out everything on your own, you can speak with a licensed insurance agent and understand the options available to you. Tap below to get started. Got the idea, guys? What I said. Just think about the same creative I showed you: part A, part B, part C, part D. Still confused? Remember that video I shared with you? Same thing I'm telling you over here. Watch this particular live once again. You will get more knowledge, more ideas, more angles that you can potentially scale your ads to. Okay, because look at the simple how that hook is looking right now. Because I don't need some crazy creative, to be honest. The confusion itself becomes the creative, the way I showed you initially in that creative, that ABCD one. Why I'm repeating that? Because I literally love that creative and it's working very well for our clients. Okay, that's the reality of the industry in the market. That there are tons of option A, B, C, D. And even though I gave you the example as well, that few days back when I was trying to take the Medicare option for my family, I got confused. So in that scenario, I take that example. I know that you guys are loving it. We are almost 42 minutes right now, and I'm speaking like that, and you are loving it. I know people are busy, but the moment you are going to rewatch this live, I'm telling you, you will gonna love it. And the angle number two, which I'm about to share with you in the Medicare space, is your turning 65 checklist. Now, I would test an even timing based angle, and your creative hook, something like that, approaching 65, or let's say 55 plus. Know these first. And I'm about to target people who are 55 plus. 55 plus audience which I target in the ads manager. They will gonna see the ads. Let's say living in the Bay Area, living in the Bay Area. Are you 55 plus? Know these angles. Know these first. Yes, I'm living in the Bay Area. Yes, I am 55 plus. But what they are about to share with you. So your script something like that. If Medicare is coming up for you, and here are the three things worth understanding before making a decision. One, what original Medicare actually covers. Two, how your prescription coverage works. Number three, what additional coverage options may be available at that time. You do not need to become a Medicare expert, but you should understand your choosing. Tab below if you would like help reviewing your options. If you notice in the entire creative which I shared with you, the copy which just I shared with you, which is going on in my mind, you already got the idea what Gaurav is saying. Okay. Another angle I would possibly test is your don't compare only the premium. That's the angle which is working very well. Don't compare only the premium, and your script should something look like you can say, if you are comparing Medicare options based on only the monthly premium, you are potentially missing half the picture. I would also look at the doctors, the hospitals, the prescription coverage, out of pocket cost, and the healthcare needs you are actually trying to cover. Across all those angles, I said reality of the industry. You just need to showcase the reality of the industry in your ad. If you are not able to expose the reality of the industry, your ad will be like other people ads, and potentially you will get less result. Your CPM will goes very high. That will gonna happen with you, which is happening right now with you guys. Okay, because the cheapest looking option is not automatically the right option. Want help understanding the differences? Just see the CTA. Tap below to speak with our licensed agent. Have you got the idea what we have done? The first ad captures confusion, the second one captured timing, the third one captured decision making problem. Those three different psychological angles inside the same exact market that we covered. So you already got the idea that how you should be preparing your angles for the creatives. If you are not getting that idea, I would not say that you will get crush the market. I am not demotivating you, but I am showing you the right path. Otherwise, there are tons of YouTube tutorials are available for you guys. But the thing which I'm sharing with you, no one will gonna share with you. 110%. The angles, the hooks, all those things, the copies I shared with you, the creatives I shared with you, no one will gonna share with that. Oh, sorry, copies I will gonna share with you. Sorry. The fourth one is your annuities. Annuities are where I would make a very important distinction. If the first line of my creative is something like that, looking for an annuity, I have probably wasted a massive creative opportunity, 109%. I don't want to sell the annuity first. I want to sell the retirement problem the annuity may potentially help solve. That's the thing you need to understand. People sell that in the very beginning. Need annuity. If you are like those people, people are getting bored. This is a very boring industry. Very, very boring industry, I'm telling you guys. But it has massive potential, massive money is available in this market. We are generating leads for our insurance client, we are generating leads for our Medicare annuity clients. We are doing that now. Even for the paper lead agencies, we are running ads for. And the leads we are generating for them, they are selling their leads to their vendors. It means that massive money is in this market. Okay, so what kind of angle, Gaurav, it should be? As you mentioned that annuity shouldn't be like that. Looking for an annuity, you're right. This is what I said, and same thing I'm about to tell you over here as well. That what kind of angles I should be using if I was at your place. What kind of angles I must be using? So the first angle I would say accumulation versus distribution. This would probably one of the first test I would be doing, to be honest. The script, something like that. Most retirement advice focuses on one thing: how much money can you accumulate? But retirement creates a completely different question. How do you turn what you have accumulated into income that can support you over the time? Remember that angle I gave you in the creative I showed you. The money that you have right now, what is gonna happen after 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years with that money? The fourth creative I showed you. Remember that woman who was speaking in the creative. So these are those different problems, and depending on your goals, an annuity may be one tool worth understanding. As a part of that strategy, tap below to learn more. This is how it should look like. It should look like. Got it. Justin is saying, can you please repeat this angle? Okay, bro. What I'm saying you right now, that how you should be making your script. The way the angle I gave you is that most advertisement, the most you can say retirement planning companies, the most retirement people, or you can say advice focuses on one thing. Most retirement advice focus on one thing: how much money can you accumulate? But retirement creates a completely different question: how do you turn what you have accumulated into income that can support you over the time? Remember, guys. Remember, Justin, I'm talking about the creative I showed you, fourth creative, where woman was saying you have a decent income right now. How you can sustain with that creative that income after 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years? The fourth creative I showed you. This is the thing you need to understand. And your creative should goes in a seamlessly way in the body. I'm talking about the context of the body. Okay, so these are two different options, and depending on your goals, an annuity may be one of the tools worth understanding as a part of your strategy. Tab below to learn more. This is how your creative should looks like, because that's just more sophisticated conversation than simply saying get annuity today. Remember I told you what people are doing in the industry. Another angle I would say, the 30-year retirement hook. What if retirement lasts 30 years? Here is a retirement question people don't talk about enough. But if you live 20 or 30 years after your retirement, but that's a reality. Few people live for 80 years, few people live at, you can say, 90 years, few goes after 60 as well. Okay, but retirement comes around 60. But yes, if I talk about 85 or 90 years, the way I said, but if you live 25 or 30 years after you retire, saving enough money is one challenge. Making that money support you throughout retirement is another. That's why retirement income planning matters. If you are exploring ways to structure income during retirement, tab below and learn more about the options available. This is how your script must look like. Hope you got the idea. How many of you guys are loving it? What I'm saying you right now. How many of you are loving it? Perfect. Raul is saying me. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Exactly, guys. That's the main thing over here. You need to understand. And another angle, I would possibly say that market you can say, I would say market volatility. This is what I would recommend you. That's the angle, because you see there are tons of things going on in my mind as well. I cannot even remember what I'm telling you. Okay, so this is the angle I would personally recommend you. Your market volatility, 110% I would recommend you, because what I'm speaking to someone who may have already have money accumulated but is the thinking differently about market risk as retirement gets closer. I'm talking about those audience who are 55, 50 as well, who are on the edge of the retirement. 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, retired. Okay, so your script should be looking like when you are in your 30, a market drop. A market drop close to retirement can feel very different, because once you are depending on those assets for income, protecting your retirement strategy becomes increasingly important. That's where understanding different retirement income tools can help. Depending on your goals, and annuity may be one of the options that you must be worth exploring. Tab below right now and to learn how it works. This is how your entire creative should look like for your annuity. Till now you already got the idea that what you should be covering in your final expense, what you should be covering in your life insurance, what you should be covering in your Medicare, what should be covering on your annuity. You already got the idea, because I gave you the angles, the hooks, the script. I even shared with you the creatives as well. Just take the leverage of those, apply those things in your existing campaign. You will gonna love it. 110%, you will gonna love it. And if I talk about the ad copies angles, this is beyond what you are thinking right now, beyond what you are doing right now. This is what I can see on the live. But if you're doing good, I want to make it more better. That's the goal of this live. Okay, as of now, if I'm not wrong, we almost did 1 hour. We almost did 1 hour, and till 1 hour, until now, I'm just speaking for you guys. I'm just speaking, to be honest. So you guys can love it and take the leverage at what is working right now. In the meantime, guys, I'm taking a break for 1 minute, because we are speaking for the last 1 hour for now. I am taking a break for 1 minute. You can have a coffee or water, anything that you want, or you can just take a break. Okay, because right now we are about to cover the ad copies which is left. That's the main thing. How I qualify the leads before they reach the sales team, and the main thing, the follow up, which I talked about. Those three things I'm about to cover. So make sure, if you want water, anything, you can have that. Okay, guys. You can take the leverage what you are doing right now, guys. People are telling me, Gaurav, we are watching your live from the car, because these things literally motivate me. When someone is taking their time, they're investing their time on the live. These things literally motivate me. Okay, literally it motivate me. I'm glad you guys are loving it. Just apply those things. Apply those things. This is what I would recommend you. Otherwise, there is no benefit of doing this live. Okay, guys. So right now we are about to talk about for the ad copies as well, because we are almost done with the 1 hour, and we are about to revamp this very quickly. Okay. So ad copies we are going to cover for the final expense. I'm about to give you one copy for each to get a better understanding, because till now you already got the idea that how your angle should look like. You already got the idea how your creative should look like. I showed you how your script should look like, how the hook look like. Already gives you the idea. Okay. Now Gaurav, how my ad copy must look like. The one angle I would recommend you is for your final expenses, something for Mm, family burden. Psychological, just play with the psychological trigger. This is what I would recommend you. Just play with the psychological triggers. Don't sell anything. Let's say for this, I am saying family burden, which I would say the angle which I'm about to use in the ad copy, how it should look like. Your family could inherit, your family could inherit your final bills before they have even had time to grieve. What is going on? Gaurav, what you said? You know one thing, your entire copy, something like that. Let me show you one thing. Let's say there is an ad going on. Let's say there is some ad going on over there, and you notice this see more. See more. Before that, the line which is coming over there need to be something like that. Trick their mind. Then only people will gonna click on the ad and watch your entire context of the ad copy. Okay, so your ad copy should be like that, that will gonna trigger their mind and make sure it will gonna hamper the mind. Gaurav, what you are saying, hamper the mind? Yes, it must hamper the mind. Otherwise they will gonna take the leverage of what you are promoting. So because everyone you can say in the industry, oh sorry, in the market, I'm saying industry, everyone in the market, even though in the world, loves their family. Okay, so your copy should something like that. I'm repeating same thing. Your family could inherit your final bills before they have even had time to grieve. Funeral and other final expenses can create a financial burden at the worst possible time. Final expenses coverage is designed to help your loved ones handle those costs. A little planning today can make a difficult day financially tomorrow. Tap below to explore the coverage options that may be available. Hope you got the idea. Okay, for the ad copy I gave you for the final expense. Another copy which I would say you already got the idea for the one copy, because if I'm going to cover more copies over there, what's gonna happen? It's gonna take too much time. Okay, the second niche which I'm about to cover is your life insurance. The angle should be something like that. The missing paycheck. Remember the creative I showed you? What ad copy should be like that. Your family doesn't just depend on you, they depend on the paycheck you bring home. The mortgage doesn't repair, the bills don't disappear, and everyday expenses don't disappear. life insurance is designed Life insurance is designed to help you protect the financial life your income supports. Tap below to explore coverage options that may fit your needs. If you notice one thing, what I said in that particular ad copy, I haven't sold anything. I haven't sold anything. I just mentioned your family doesn't just depend on you, they depend on the paycheck you bring every single day to your home. The mortgage, the bills, the everyday expensive don't disappear. Our life insurance is designed to help protect the financial life, your income support. Tap below to explore coverage options that may fit your needs. If you notice one thing, we didn't sell anything over there. We didn't sell anything. Same thing goes for your Medicare. I would say that ABCD angle, ABCD, confused? The creative I showed you. Same thing, four letters, ABCD, A, B, C. Just copy should be something like that. A, B, C, D. Those four letters that can make Medicare unnecessarily confusing. What's that? ABCD? That's the main thing you need to mention in your copy, so people gonna click on the see more to watch the entire ad copy, the context, the body I'm talking about. So your hook something like that, you just have only 5 second, 5 to 8 second of window time to grab the attention of the user. The more attention you're gonna grab, the more creative you will be in your copy, on creative, every single thing, the more social shades you will gonna get on your ad. You will gonna get more taggings. People gonna tag on those absurd things I'm talking about. Okay, so copy should be something like that: A, B, C, D, four letters that can make your Medicare unnecessarily confusing. What covered words? What about prescriptions? What about additional coverage options? You don't need to become an Medicare expert to make a more informed decision. Speak with a 50, sorry, not 50 years, but I would say speak with a 45 years experienced licensed insurance agent and understand the options available to you. Tap below to learn more. I added a authority over there. Why they should connect with us? 45 years of experience. That kind of angle you should be adding over there. Okay. Same kind of thing you can play with your annuities. Ad copy I'm talking about for the annuities. And the angle something like that. What I say, half the retirement problem. Saving enough for retirement is only half the problem. The other half is figuring out how those savings may support you for 20, 25, or even 30 years. That see more line. This is what you saw in the creative when I said. So make sure that the beginning need to be very amazing. Otherwise, you're going to lose a job. You will going to lose the market as well. Okay, saving enough for the retirement is only the half the problem. The other half is figuring out how those savings may support you for 20, 25, or even 30 years. Accumulating money and creating retirement income are different challenges, literally different challenges. Depending on your goals, and annuity may be one of the option worth understanding as a part of the broader strategy of the retirement phase, something like that. Tap below to learn more. This is how your copy must look like. Hope you got the idea what I said here in all those four market. And if you noticed what I'm doing with these copies, I am not starting with the insurance product. I am starting with the conversation already happening inside the prospect head. For the final expense, I'm talking about the family responsibility. For life insurance, we talked about the income replacement. For your Medicare, we talked about the confusion that ABCD. And for your annuities, I'm talking about the retirement income, because the first line of your ad has one job. The way I said and I repeated countless time, it needs to make the prospect read the second line, and the second line needs to make them read the third. That's how I think about the insurance ad copy. I don't start by asking how do I sell this policy, how do I would gonna sell this policy. I start by asking what problem does my prospect already care about, and then I build the copy around that. That's the thing I do in my client's account. That's the thing I shared with you over here, and you already got the idea what Gaurav is talking about. That's the main concern that you guys need to understand while crafting your ad copies or any single thing. You need to understand that why you need to taken care of those things. If you cannot taken care of those things, I'm telling you, nothing will gonna happen. Okay, nothing will gonna happen. And right now we are going to talk about that how you will gonna qualify the leads, how you guys are gonna qualify the leads before they reach the sales team. I'm talking about the qualification, the lead qualification, because generating the lead is only step number one, which I can say. I don't want to send every single lead directly to the sales team without knowing whether they are actually a good fit or not. At the same time, I don't want to ask 10 or 15 questions and kill my conversion rate. So normally I would keep it very, very simple, and 3 to 4 core qualification questions are enough. And after that, I collect there, you can say full name, your email address, and phone number. That's it. And I'm even tell you that what how I would gonna structure for the insurance offers, for the final expense, your annuity, your Medicare. I'm gonna tell you right now as well. For the final expense, I am asking in my own ads. What I'm asking is, number one question is what is your age range. We need to make sure who is that guy. Number two, how much coverage are you looking for? Number three, do you have currently have, you can say, final expense or life insurance coverage or not? Number four question is your how soon you are looking for this coverage. That's it. Then I will gonna collect that full name, your email and phone number. People are literally bluntly asking random question, 10 to 15 questions, and saying I am getting qualified leads. You're literally not getting qualified leads. You're literally hindering your conversion rate. You need to understand this thing. Okay, that's the main thing. I would say I am not going to ask 15 different questions before their lead become a lead. You can say before their person become a lead. They will not turn into a lead, even though they will not gonna fill the questionnaire as well. I just need enough information to understand who they are, what they are looking for, and how serious their intent is. You need to understand. Same thing goes for your life insurance as well. For the life insurance, I would say questions are almost similar. What is your age? I would say how much coverage are you looking for? Same similar thing. Do you currently have a life insurance? When are you looking to get the coverage? If you notice the same thing, I mentioned the same thing in the first one as well, your final expense. Same type of questions you have to ask. Then your full name, your email address, and your phone number. Very, very simple. I am collecting enough information to qualify the prospect without creating unnecessary friction. Same thing goes for your Medicare, but here is a real catch. Things will be like that. Questions 3 to 4 same, but context will be slightly different for the Medicare. The question number one, same. What is your age range? Are you currently enrolled in Medicare? What type of Medicare coverage or options are you looking for? So you can understand, guys. Okay. Another question I would ask them: would you like to speak with a licensed agent about your option? Yes or no? Then your name, address, or email address, and phone number. That's it. That's enough information for me to understand whether the lead is real or not, whether I process that lead to the sales guy or not, to my sales team, or whether I should get this lead in my pipeline or not. It's enough. Same thing goes for your annuities. For annuities, it's slightly more different because the prospect and their intent are completely different. So I might ask same thing. What is your age range? Are you currently retired or approaching retirement? Different question. But one thing, if you noticed across all four, what is your age range? People want to know. Our clients want to know whether they have the money or not. Okay. Another question I would say, approximately how much are you considering for your retirement strategy? What is your primary goal? The last question which I am about to ask. Okay. So you need to understand this thing, what I'm saying you over there. Okay. Then your full name, your email address, and your phone number. That's it. So these are the important part, because I'm not about to add too many qualification questions just because Facebook or my landing page is allowed to me. Even though we are using Go High Level, we are using ClickFunnels for our clients. Very, very normal. But every additional question creates a friction in the buying journey. So every question needs to have a purpose. Seriously. If the answer doesn't help me qualify the prospect or help my sales team have a better conversation, I would probably do not need that question. And for me, 3 to 4 strong qualification questions are normally enough. Then I would possibly connect, you can say, collect that your full name, your email address, and your phone number. That's it. And once that information comes in, that's where the next part of the system starts. The lead enter the CRM, the follow-up starts, the conversation start. This is how things will go up. It will gonna go up like that, and ultimately we move that lead towards a booked appointment. This is how it will gonna work for you. Hope you got the idea. If you guys are using CRM, if you are using the pipeline stages, what I'm talking about, you already got the idea what Gaurav is saying. Let's say you got the lead, you have your pipeline. What's next? Gaurav, how we are going to do the follow up? Because lead to CRM to your conversation to booked appointment, different scenario. As I said, everyone can bring the lead. First of all, we need to bring the qualified lead. I showed you the questions, that most perfect questions I gave you after testing in countless forms. These are the questions I shared with you. I shared with you that how they're gonna go in your CRM. But the main thing, how it gonna your follow-up should look like. The follow-up something like that, your lead, your CRM, the conversation to the booked appointment. Four thing, how you will gonna do that, that thing you need to understand. And I'm about to tell you what actually happens after we generate the lead, because generating the lead is only the first part of the system. The way I told you, inside our qualified leads x, the real objective, our system, I'm talking about the qualified leads x system we have been using right now. The real objective is to take that lead and turn it into a qualified conversation and ultimately a booked appointment. That's the main thing. And let me quickly break down the entire flow which we are using through our system. The number one we are using right now, everyone using the meta ads, the go high level. So everyone is using that thing. 95% of our clients are using go high level. The moment someone submit their information through the meta form, it will gonna sync to your go high level. We don't manually download leads. We don't wait for somebody to check Facebook. It will gonna push automatically to the go high level, and everything happens automatically. The leads, when they enter our pipeline with their name, email, phone number, and all the qualification answers we have collected over there, and inside the pipeline we already have our stages that we have mentioned and the KPIs we have set up. So from day one we can see exactly what's happening with our lead. Step number two, I would say, then your AI should follow up start immediately. We are in the very fast world. People can forget the name in just 10 minutes. How you can say they will gonna remember you, even though you have your calling center as well. Majority of the people have their call centers. Not everyone will gonna call those lead in a matter of 30 seconds. In that scenario, what we are doing right now using our system, we have placed the AI through our system. So AI follow-up starts immediately. And this is where our qualified leads x system becomes more interesting, which we are using right now. Because you even know the results, you guys already know the result what we are doing right now, and that's the system we have been using, qualified leads x system. That's our proprietary client acquisition system we have been using. So the moment that lead enters the CRM, our AI follow-up system kicks in. The AI calls the prospect almost immediately in 30 seconds while their intent is high. The moment he has filled the information, goes through the disqualification and qualification parameters as well. Not every lead will gonna move in the CRM. We have set the disqualification parameters as well in the backend. So at the same time, SMS goes out, at the same time, email goes out. So we are not relying on one communication channel. You need to understand this thing. We are creating multiple touch points immediately through that buying process. Another step three, which I would say, because we talked about step one was your meta leads, went to your GHL. Second, we talked about how AI is calling them, your SMS is going on. Number three is AI starts the conversation. Now the AI is not just calling and playing a recorded message, not like that. I'm not talking about 2022. I'm talking about 2026. So it's a trend around client's offer. It's trained around the qualification criteria. It's trained around the common objections prospect ask every single time on the call to our insurance client. And it's trained around the conversation flow we want it to flow. You need to understand this thing. This is how we have trained our AI on every single offer. So when the prospect answer, the AI can have a natural conversation and understand what they are looking for and continue qualifying them. The objective is not just to make a call. The objective is to create an actual qualified conversation. And the main amazing, literally amazing thing which no one is doing, AI called, shifted the call to the human handoff. Something like that. Let me share with our senior executive who will gonna help you out. AI has already done. the entire thing. AI already did the entire conversation. It qualified the you can say that prospect. Now the last thing which we are doing right now is your human handoff, which I would say. Now let's say during that conversation which I say, the process asks something that should be handled by the actual sales team. I do not want that seriously by AI. The way people are doing, I wouldn't recommend. That's where we create the handoff. The AI can simply say, absolutely, let me connect you with one of our senior associates who will gonna help you out in this thing. Okay, and from there the conversation can be transferred to a real human, which you can use ring bar over there, ring central, tons of calling platform over there that helps you on that. Okay, so AI handles the initial speed, a follow up and qualification, and when human involvement is actually needed, the sales team takes over. Another step, what if they don't answer? This is extremely important. If somebody doesn't answer, you can say first AI call, we do not mark them as a bad lead because everyone is busy in their life. The follow up continues. Additional call attempts need to be over there, SMS follow ups, email follow ups, all of those being managed into your account. For now, we are using GHL, so I'm taking the level of GHL. Over there, we are simply creating multiple opportunities for that prospect to respond and start conversation. And the last step is your booked appointment. Once the prospect is qualified and ready to move forward, we want to get them on your calendar. That's the main thing. And that appointment can be booked during the conversation itself. Once that happens, the lead automatically moves into the booked appointment stage inside your pipeline. I'm talking about your CRM, where you are maintaining all those lead manually. And now a completely different automation starts. Confirmation SMS, I'm talking about confirmation emails, I'm talking about the appointment reminders, I'm talking about to increase the number of show up rate and additional reminder before the scheduled call, because booking an appointment is not enough. We need to increase the show up rate as well. We want that person on the call. And how you are maintaining those no show follow up. People are booking the call, they are not coming on the call. And if somebody doesn't show up, I do not want that opportunity disappearing either, to be honest. Reason being, we have paid, we have literally paid for every single thing. We have paid for the meta ads, we have paid for the system, we have paid for the GHL, they paid for the creatives. Why we shouldn't take the leverage seriously, guys? So you need to automatically enter a no show up follow up workflow behind the scene, where we can reach back out through the SMS, email, another call, and give them an opportunity to reschedule. So we are trying to recover opportunity that otherwise would have been lost. You need to understand. Another step which we are added in our qualified leads system is the tracking your KPIs. You need to understand, if you are not able to track the KPIs in your system, in your business, nothing will gonna happen, because that is the main part. I want you guys to pay attention, because I do not want to look at only cost per lead. Inside the pipeline, I want to know how many leads came in, how many were contacted, how many conversion happened, and how many were actually qualified, and how many appointments were booked, how many actually show up. That data I want. And ultimately, how many became into high paying customers. Already got the idea. Already got the idea. This is how I can calculate my real number, that what is my cost per lead, what is my cost per qualified lead, what is my cost per, you can say, conversation, what is cost per booked appointment, and cost per show up, and ultimately cost per acquisition. That matters a lot to every single business that exists in the market. This is how our entire system looks like. The way I showed you, your meta ads, your lead form, your GHL CRM, your pipeline, your instant AI call, SMS and email, qualified conversation, human handoff when required. Okay, booked appointment, reminder, show up, and customer. You already got the idea what I said. But in this process, It looks simple, it takes time. Building all those things takes time, and that's the difference between literally generating insurance lead and building an actual acquisition system. The lead itself is not the starting point. What happens in the first few minutes throughout the follow process, it what determines whether the lead actually turns into revenue or not. That's the main thing, guys. You need to understand. And right now, we did around 1 hour 30 minutes. Around we are right now, and you guys are seeing me, and you are guys taking the leverage what we are doing. At the end of the day, we need to make sure what you guys are prepared for. You guys are running ads in this particular industry, okay? And in this live of 1 hour 30 minutes which we did, you already got the idea, okay? You already got the idea, okay? And guys, I would say that's pretty much everything that I've covered with you today. I hope you guys got some real value out of this session. And today we didn't just talk about how to generate insurance lead. We literally covered the entire process, the creative angles, the ad copy, the audiences you are going to cover, how to qualify the leads, how those leads move into the CRM, how those AI follow-up systems start the conversation, and ultimately how we move those prospects toward qualified conversation and booked appointment. Because like I said, throughout this session, generating a lead is only a step one. What you do after that lead comes in where the real game starts. And now if you guys have any question about final expense, your life insurance, Medicare, and you can say annuity, you can ask me anything, even though for the meta ads or qualification or follow-up, anything we have covered today, just drop them in the comment section, and I will gonna answer on every single thing. Every question will get answered in the comment section. And if you are watching this and are thinking, Gaurav, I loved it and I do not want to build all of this myself, I want this entire system implemented for my business from the point one to the point of the conversion. I'm about to drop my website link as well in the comment section so you can see and book your call over there. And I will gonna speak with you directly, not from my team. And we will have a conversation about your business, what you are currently doing, whether you are actually whether we can actually help you out or not. This will not be a pressure call. This will not be a high pressure sales call. I'm telling you, we'll simply see if whether we are a good fit or not. I'm going to tell you. So thank you so much, guys, for joining me today, and I hope you loved the session. And if you find this valuable, make sure you share it with someone who is running insurance ad or trying to generate more qualified insurance lead. And I will gonna see you in the next live. Take care, guys, and have a nice day and have a great weekend so far. Have a nice day.